Welcome to the Friday update on the KMTRADERS channel. We are basically going to quickly review all the positions that we made through on the 22nd to the 26th of July, so basically this Monday. And this will just give you a chance to see how well we're doing and just to get the overall progression of how we're putting our entries in, etc. So just quickly before we do get into the video, we are posting all our entries on Twitter, so you can get involved with all of our updates. So we post each pair individually, so if there is a specific pair that you'd like to get into, we post obviously what we're thinking, and the analysis is quite simple, so all ranges for beginners or experienced people. So just go ahead and follow my Twitter, which is at KMTTraders_. Okay, so back to the video. We looking back at what we have with the pound US dollar as our first entry position on this pair. So in the start of the week, we had our positions a sell order from the rejection from 1.2488, and as you can see, we had that rejection candle and the bearish engulfing candle at the same time, so that was our entry position, and we got into here on the lower time frame, and we roughly got stopped out just as we crossed here, so roughly about 50 pips on that one. And then as of Thursday, we managed to get a double top forming on our key level again, and our entry position was roughly in this area here, and we're literally just continuing this run as the market has closed. So we've roughly gathered about 90 pips on that, so roughly about 150 for GBPUSD. So let's go ahead. So that was all of the positions that we took for the pound US dollar, and we can see that the scenario 2, so this selling was the outcome for the pound. So let's move on to EURUSD. Discussed on the Wednesday, the other video that we did, we only managed to get involved with this position here. It was the rejection from our 1.12167 key level here, but we managed to get an entry point here, and we took ourselves to roughly about 65 pips, and we could have continued further, but we got taken out as we got the break above the trend line here, which is downwards. That was due to the high impacting news, I think the ECMB rates or something like that, but obviously it caused that drastic upwards momentum, and it caused us to get stopped out. In terms of position wise, we didn't manage to get into another position. We did anticipate this level, but we could have shorted here, added towards our entry point, but thought it was too risky, so we left it at that. So just 65 pips for EURUSD. Now for USDJPY, we continue to, well, we entered this position on the 23rd, I believe, or the late end of the Monday, 22nd, due to the rejection and then the break of the uptrend on the lower time frame, because this is hourly, and we took ourselves up to 37 pips up until the 24th to the 25th, but then we started to get a few rejections, but due to having some support on this level here, we decided to put our risk to break even, just to see if we could squeeze as much profit as we could, and we got that rise that we needed, and we targeted to our top zone here to roughly about 108.572. So we got that, and we just moved our stop loss just beneath, so if we close out, we close out, but this is currently at around 65 pips as well. So that's for USDJPY. Now let's just move to gold. We managed to get our entry. We got two entries here, I believe. We got one on the 24th, and this was the double rejection from our monthly key level at 1421, and we anticipated the first take profit to our zone here. We got a firm rejection from that, so that was hang on, that was roughly 0.73%, and then we also took this position here, a short here, due to a lower time frame double top. We managed to get our way back to the retest level of the downwards trend, but we still held our position due to our rejection here. We also added another position here due to the monthly rejection again at key level. So we added roughly 1% on that, and also from here, so 1% plus 0.43, so roughly about 3% gain through gold, and that's everything with gold. Let's move on to Bitcoin. So we haven't got into Bitcoin as of yet. I believe we were still waiting for the double tap here. So we've not really anticipated Bitcoin as such. I believe we have. Yeah, we haven't. Yeah, sorry. We haven't got into Bitcoin just because of the risky play. I was looking for the touch to come down a bit lower. I don't think our orders was put in. So we didn't get our triggered, but we could have obviously made 2% on that. Now let's move to Ripple. We got in here. We nearly got stopped out, but we didn't. I think this is just a trading error view, but this is roughly we nearly got stopped out, but luckily we had the double bottom formed against our key level at 0.31230. And we found the second rally, so we added to our position again, so roughly 3%, and a second position here 3%, so roughly 6% with Ripple. So in terms of pips for this week, let me just quickly count it up. So 150 plus 65 plus 65, so roughly about 280 pips with the forex pairs, and roughly about just under 10% increase with gold, Ripple, and Bitcoin we didn't really get into, but just over 10% increase on that. So that was a very good week for us, and what we'll do is obviously continue doing these videos just to make the analysis videos a bit more straight to the point now. So with the analysis videos that I'll be posting next after these, they'll literally just go straight into it now, rather than explaining before what the review sort of thing. So hopefully this kind of makes sense to all you guys that are tuning in to the videos. So just anyone that's curious, if you would like to get involved with my trading strategy and how I'm trading, go ahead and follow the @KMTRADERS Twitter handle, and we'll post exactly the entries that we're doing, and keep you up to date. So if that's something that interests you, go ahead and give that self a follow. So thank you very much for listening, and I'll catch you next week. Thank you.